Welcome to Daytime Ottawa here on Rogers TV. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Perhaps you enjoyed a little big game party. Latest statistics, by the way, say that about 18 million Americans will not be going to work today. So I consider many people from Canada probably not going to work either. So you can tune into us live here at 2 p.m. here on Daytime Ottawa. We have a great show lined up for you. And we are starting with the Canadian Museum of Nature. They have some fantastic activities around Winterlude, Family Day weekend coming up as well. Katherine Day is the education program developer over there at the museum. Welcome, Katherine. Great to have you here.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
Did you celebrate? Did you do the Super Bowl party thing?
Okay, I did.
Nice,
I enjoyed myself.
And you still managed to come here. So I'm proud of you, Katherine. Very proud. But you have exhibits, of course, that go year round. You and I were just talking off camera that attendance is starting to really pick up, and the museum is back in business, open, and people are starting to enjoy themselves more and more, right?
Absolutely, yeah. It's really fun to see people are coming back and they want to get out, they want to do things again and explore and stuff like that. Yeah,
I love it. Yeah. Well, as I said, you have things, around Family Day weekend and Winterlude. Let's start off with the scavenger hunt, because I love this idea, a great idea for families, because you get to walk away with something as well, right? A little keepsake.
Exactly. So we've got this scavenger hunt, and it's like a piece of paper like this, and it's really colorful, and kids can bring it home. But they come in, and you wander around the gallery, and you have to either figure out the answer to a clue or look for something that's kind of piques your interest. And at the end, when you come back to one of our staff, you can take home one of these cool little keepsakes. We've got different kinds of rocks, minerals, like really colorful, or a little fossil, ammonite, little shell, things like that. Yeah, to take home.
It's a great little memory, right? I mean, that's what life is all about. You also have the Pacific Discovery Tank. This is really cool. You have to tell me a little bit about this and what we can find within that tank.
Yeah, it's amazing. Actually, we have a whole bunch of live creatures that live along the shore of the Pacific Ocean. So you see things like sea stars and spiky urchins, and there's an amazing amount of different, very strange and different looking creatures that we're not used to seeing, because they live along the rocky shoreline, so it's not an area where you'd even go swimming if you were at the beach. So you can come up and get really close and have a good look at them, and sometimes we have our interpreters there to let you feel the temperature of the ocean water, or maybe touch a creature here and there too.
Is that an ongoing exhibit? It's year round, right?
That's right. So that's there all the time, but if people haven't been to the museum in a bit, they may not have seen this, so this may be new to them. Absolutely.
Well, and what I think is cool too, and you mentioned, you touched on it, is like some of these creatures, like they almost look alien, right? Because you've never had a chance to see it before. I just think it's amazing, and it's a great educational experience for everybody, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We've got a little bit more show and tell here. You've brought some skulls along with you here. Tell me about this. What have you brought along with you here today?
Well, this is fun because we're working on developing a new exhibit that's coming up. It's opening in March. It's about wolves.
Okay.
So we've brought along here, first of all, the big one over here. This is an actual wolf skull that we've borrowed from our collection. And if you have a look, I don't know if you can see this, but if you have a look at its teeth, we're going to let people touch these things. These are real objects, and they can come in and see what are the shape of the eye sockets? This is a creature that has to look forward to capture its prey, and it has to catch its food with its teeth, so it's got to have big sharp teeth at the front there. And
look at those fangs, man.
Exactly.
That is crazy.
Yeah, and one cool thing is, if you're curious if something is real, like if that's a real skull or not, one of the tricks is if you look down its nose into its snout in the front there, you can see the fine details inside the nose of the creature. And interestingly enough, wolves have, between a human and a wolf, who do you think has better sense of smell?
Oh, wolf, for sure.
For sure. So if you think of a dog, which are very similar to wolves, in fact, dogs are descendants of wolves, they have 100 times better sense of smell than people.
Holy jeez.
Yeah. But,
that's incredible.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
and
so
then,
there you go.
And then we have another skull here. This is obviously a much smaller. What are we looking at here? Am I supposed to guess what this is?
Okay, so I'm going to give you a little challenge. I don't know if you guys can see, there's two pictures here.
Okay.
Maybe if I put them somewhere right here.
Towards that there you go.
There we go. So it's going to be one of these two creatures.
Oh, so that's a bobcat, is that right?
It's either a bobcat or it's a dog. Which one do you think you've got there?
Just judging by the teeth, I think it's a bobcat.
You are correct. Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner, folks.
You do, because, and you see too, its eye sockets are really big. So cats and bobcats, even house cats or a cougar, they happen to have larger eyes. They have really good vision.
Right.
So you tend to have the skull with really big eye sockets, whereas this one, which is the other creature, so this is our doggy
This
here.
is the dog here, okay.
Yeah. He's got maybe not quite as large. His eye sockets might not be as big compared to his size, and he's also got big, sharp teeth.
Right,
So that he can.
And this is coming March 3rd, right? This particular
Yeah, we're going to have
exhibit?
lots of fun with that. We've got some activities like that, Guess the Skull, and we've got like how to make a paw print if you want to try making one.
Oh,
Would you
sure,
like to
yeah,
try?
let's do it. And while we're doing this, so you've got some outdoor activities happening as well, right, around Winterlude?
You know what? You're absolutely right. So don't want to forget that. So this weekend we have Family Day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, in the building for the scavenger hunt. But yeah, we have an ice sculpture down at Winterlude this year.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, it's a mosasaur. So it's a giant marine reptile that existed long ago, and it's a big ice sculpture. And you know, hopefully it'll still be there with this warm weather.
Weather's been a little up and down. We're seeing a photo of it here too. And then there's an activity attached to this idea as well, right?
Yeah, that's right. So the kids, they can take like a little mallet and we give them goggles and they can chip. They can feel like a paleontologist digging for little plastic dinosaurs that are wedged inside the ice. So.
And do you get to go home with that?
You get to go home with that.
So you get another keepsake idea. I love it. Fantastic.
So we have a little keepsake for kids when they come out and do a dig, and kids love this. It's a hands-on activity down at Winterlude.
I remember buying the kit. You know, for my kids, right?
Yes.
And they used to, chip away. You go to like a hobby shop, and they would have the kits. So this is the same idea. Also, you have the live owl exhibit.
That's
happening.
right. So the owls are back. They live at the back of the building. Outdoors, we've got a really nice place for them, and there are a number of different live owls. It's actually amazing to see them up close.
Yeah, no kidding.
See their eyes and their feathers. They're absolutely gorgeous. Yeah.
And good news as well, because I was telling you and actually the crew before we came on here, is one of my favorite things to do at the Museum of Nature is the Nature Nocturne. And of course, with the pandemic, you had to stop those, but the good news is they're coming back, right?
They are this
love
spring. Yep. So you have to stay tuned. But yes, we will have a number of them coming up this year again. That's our sort of 19 plus after hours event.
It's a great opportunity for those that have never been. You've got multiple levels of dance floors, and then it's kind of like you feel like you're doing something a little wrong because you're in the museum after hours, right? And you get to walk around with a beverage and see all the exhibits, with the lights down. It's just such a cool atmosphere. Really, really love it. All these activities available on the website, like the full schedule?
Absolutely. Yeah, you can find all this information on our website.
Excellent. Really, really looking forward to it. It's going to be a fantastic Family Day weekend. Thanks so much for joining us, Catherine.
Yeah,
always
thanks for
a pleasure having you guys on the show. Coming up next, some great Valentine's Day gift ideas, including some DIY ideas for you. We'll be right back after this.